Okay, I'll start another reading. The Golden Sayings of Epictetus, 92. His son is dead. What has happened? His son is dead. Nothing more? Nothing. His ship is lost. What has happened? His ship is lost. He has been haled to prison. What has happened? He has been haled to prison. But that any of these things are misfortunes to him is an addition which every one makes of his own. For you say God is unjust in this. Why? For having given the endurance and greatness of soul, for having made such things to be no evils, for placing happiness within thy reach even when enduring them, for opening unto there a door where things may make not for thy good. Depart, my friend, and find fault no more. (93) You are sailing to Rome, you tell me, to obtain the post of governor of Knossos. You are not content to stay at home with the honors you had before. You want something on a larger scale and more conspicuous. But when did you ever undertake a voyage for the purpose of reviewing your own principles and getting rid of any of them that proved unsound? When did you ever visit for that object? What time did you ever set yourself for that date? What age? Run over the times of your life by yourself. If you are ashamed before me, did you examine your principles when a boy? Did you not do everything just as you do now, or when you were a stripling, attending the school of oratory and practicing the art yourself? What did you ever imagine you lacked? And when you were a young man, entered upon public life, and were pleading causes and making a name, who any longer seemed equal to you? And at what moment would you have endured another examining it, your principles and proving that they were unsound? What then am I to say to you? Help me in this matter, you cry. Ah, for that I have no rule, and neither did you, if that was your object, come to me as a philosopher, but as you might have gone to a herb seller or a cobbler. What do philosophers have rules for then? Why, that whatever may betide our ruling faculty may be as nature would have it, and so remain. Think you this a small matter? Not so, but the greatest thing there is. Well, does it need but a short time? Can it be grasped by a passerby? Grasp it if you can. Then you will say, yes, I met Epictetus. Hey, just as you might a statue or monument, you saw me, and that is all. But a man who meets a man is one who learns the other's mind and lets him see his in turn. Learn my mind, show me yours, and then go and say that you met me. Let us try each other. If I have any wrong principle, rid me of it. If you have, out with it. That is what meeting a philosopher means. Not so, you think. This is only a flying visit. While we were hiring the ship, we can see Epictetus too? Let us see what he has to say. Then on leaving you cry, out on Epictetus for a worthless fellow, provincial and barbarous of speech. What else indeed did you come to judge of? 94. Whether you will or no, you are poorer than I. What then do I lack? What you have not, constancy of mind, such as nature would have it be, tranquility. Patrons or no patrons, what care I? But you do care. I am richer than you. I am not racked with anxiety as to what Caesars may think of me. I flatter none on that account. This is what I have instead of vessels of gold and silver. Your vessels may be of gold, but your reason, your principles, your accepted views, your inclination, your desires are of earthenware. 95. To you, all you have seemed small. To me, I have seems great. Your desire is insatiable. Mine is satisfied. So children thrusting their hands out into a narrow-necked jar and striving to pull out the nuts and figs or it contains, if they fill their hand, they cannot pull it out again, and then they fail to tears. Let go a few of them, and then you can draw out the rest. You, too, let your desires go. Answer, covet not many things, and you will obtain. 96. Pittacus, wronged by one whom he had it in his power to punish, let him go free, saying, forgiveness is better than revenge. The one shows native gentleness, the other savagery. 97. My brother ought not to have treated me thus. True, but he must see to that. However he may treat me, I must deal rightly by him. This is what lies with me, what none can hinder. 98. Nevertheless, a man should also be prepared to be sufficient unto himself, to dwell with himself alone, even to God, even as God dwells with himself alone, share his repose with none, and considers the nature of his own administrations, intent upon with thoughts as are a must unto himself. So should we also be able to converse with ourselves, to need none else beside, to sigh for no distraction, to bend our thoughts upon the divine administration and how we stand related to all else, to observe how human accidents touched us of old and how they touch us now, what things they are that still have power to hurt us, and how they may be cured or removed, to perfect what needs perfecting, as reason would direct. 99. If a man has frequent intercourse with others, either in the way of conversation, entertainment, or simple familiarity, he must either become like them or change them to his own fashion. A live coal placed next to a dead one can either kindle that or be quenched by it. Such being the risk, it is well to be cautious in admitting intimacies. All of this sort, remembering that one cannot rub shoulders with a soot-stained man without sharing the soot himself. What will you do, supposing the talk turns on gladiators or horses or prize fighters, or what is worse, on persons, condemning this and that, approving the other? I suppose man sneers or jeers or shows a realignment, a malignant temper. Has any among us the skill of his lute player, who knows as the first touch which strings are out of tone and sets the instrument right? Has any of you such a power as Socrates had in all his intercourse with men, of winning them over to his own convictions? Nay, but you must needs be swayed hither and thither by the uninstructed. How comes it then that they prove so much stronger than you? Because they speak from the fullness of the heart. Their low, corrupt views are their real convictions, whereas your fine sentiments are but from the lips outwards. That is why they are so so nervousness and dead. It turns one's stomach to listen to your exhortations and hear of your miserable virtue, that you prayed of up and down. That it is that the vulgar prove too strong for you. Everywhere strength, everywhere victory waits your conviction. 100. In general, any methods decipher applied to the body which tend to modify its desires or repulsions are good for ascetic ends, but if done for display, they betray at once a man who keeps an eye on outward show, who has ulterior purpose and is looking for spectators to shout, "Oh, what a great man!" This is why Apollonius so well said, "If you are bent upon a little private discipline, wait till you are choking with heat someday. Then take a mouthful of cold water and spit it out again, and tell no man." Okay, I'll begin again on 100 next time. Thank you.